I'm Andrew Canter with Future Growth Asset Management. Graham, thanks very much. Well, I think only you could get together a crowd like this in Cape Town for this particular topic. So well done, and well done to you and the committee for getting AfricaSIF off the ground and rolling. You can start my 2 minutes now. We had a bit of a debate about that.
Justin, let's sustain it.
Graham posed a question. I think first we have to remember that when we talk about sustainable investing or socially responsible investing, it's usually other people's money. And that means one way or another, many of the people doing this are fiduciaries. We're asset managers, we're consultants, advisors of some sort to other people's money. And I think it's vital then to ask the question, and Graham did pose this question to me, what can fiduciaries do to promote sustainable investing in Africa? So I've made a laundry list, which I'm going to do really quickly. I think first, we live in a venal and corrupt continent, and I want to make it clear that our view is that we have to take a stand against that as an industry, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There is corruption in our industry now. There's petty corruption happening on a daily basis, whether it's gifting or trustees requesting little gifts or taking people overseas for trips or giving them soccer tickets. We have no right to talk about sustainability and sustainable investing if our firms are doing this. We as an industry have to pull together. Take that out of my 2 minutes, that's important. Issues of sustainable money seeks the same things that any money seeks. First of all, it seeks returns. Investors keep score by the returns they get. If we don't have good returns, if any one of us messes up returns, we will damage this entire industry. We must earn suitable risk-adjusted returns for our clients. And as asset managers, we have a responsibility to do that if we want to have sustainable investing. Equally, capital seeks countries with rule of law, clear property rights, the defense of property rights, okay? And freedom of press, for example. Perhaps we have a duty, and I'm not saying we can do this easily, to speak out when we see property rights threatened and the freedom of the press threatened, because this is foundational in our country. A bit more practically speaking, I think one of the biggest problems, we are our own worst enemy. There are too many words. It's SRI, it's ESG, it's RI, it's sustainable, it's targeted investments. Guys, we stand up in front of clients all the time. They confused, we confused. If we don't get that right, we shoot ourselves in the foot. We just aren't going to get the message across. I think we have to be honest about the risks we're taking and the returns. There is always a risk trade-off for the return trade-off I've talked about, and I think we tend to sugarcoat that as well. We tend to overstate the impact sometimes, and I think we have to be honest about what we're doing. I think we have to be honest about the judgment that comes into this. We were talking earlier, I was talking to somebody about an ESG screening tool. Or a governance screening tool. There's no clear answer about what is good and what is bad in many cases, particularly in governance scoring. Some people think empowerment is great, some people think it's bad. Some people think microlending is good, some people think it's bad. There is no universal answer. Each investor ultimately must decide how he wants to invest his money. What is sustainable to him? What is responsible to him? And it's not up to us as an industry to make that rule, and God help us if we let somebody in government do it. Because they are not asset owners, they are asset seekers. Let's be honest about that when the time comes. I know I'm over time, Graham. Okay, my last point really is I think the sustainable investment movement started in the US and globally by individuals doing the right thing with the money. Think globally, act locally, and we are not doing that here. It's in there it's spread from individuals, it branched up to institutional. We are trying to make it go the other way. Let's make institutions do it. So I challenge people, how many of you are buying your own products? How many of you are investing your money socially? Or sustainably? Very good. That's 2 of us. Anybody else? Okay, good. So I'm sure there are some, but the point is we must invest alongside. We must speak with our money as well as our business development budget. Okay, so Graham, thank you again, and I think we must stick to the principles of foundational to asset management and fiduciary obligation, and we can have sustainable investing in Africa.
Excellent. Thank you.